Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aisha. I am an online offer and sales consultant working with experts, helping them sell their high ticket offers. In this video, I am going to walk through the only asset you need to sell your high ticket offer on repeat, and that is this Google Doc. I'm sure you've watched videos of Google Docs before. However, what makes this one unique is the framing and the way that we talk about the offer and how that connects to the brain of your buyer so they say yes and pay you on the spot. Before we get into it, make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more tips and expert information on how to consistently sell your high ticket offers online or offline. Okay, so let's dive into this. The first thing that you see at the top is the name of the offer. So this was my previous group offer, the Identity Sales Accelerator, and then it's also mentioning the timeline, right? So 90 days to, and this was the outcome. Scale your income without scaling your workload. So going deeper into this, what we are doing here is we are just keeping things very straight to the point. This is the name of the offer, this is the length of the offer, and this is the outcome we are working towards. When it comes to the outcome, it's important for you to also have a great understanding of the messaging you want to bring forward, right? So if I talk to people, and in this case, that's what happened, right? I talk to people and they're like, oh, I want to grow my business, but I don't want to work more, right? I want things to be heavier. So what did we do? I added the without scaling your workload. And now we start to get into the psychology part of this. So pay attention. The first thing they are wondering is like, is this for me, right? Is this offer actually for me? So how do we say that? We just formulate who they are right here, right? So, hey, this is you. You're already signing clients. So I'm qualifying them as well. But you're finding yourself working around the clock from marketing, serving clients, talking with potential clients, right? What you really want is you want to go to the next level, but you know signing more clients won't get you there. So I'm speaking to a very specific person that is in a very specific situation because this is the person that is going to get the most value out of this offer. And then I am naming what it is that they want, right? So, hey, what you want is you want to call in way more clients who pay you more. You want to serve them in a way that saves you time and you want to scale without burning out. This is what this buyer specifically wants, right? And then we talk about, hey, what it is they've been trying that isn't working. So you're done with pushing hard to make growth happen inside a business model that's not meant to sustain more money. That's what we shift inside the Identity Sales Accelerator. So as you can see, the first section of the Google Doc is really to create self-identification. So that person in their brain, they're like, yes, this is me. Yes, this is what I want, right? And then we start to talk about the offer. The mistake I see so many people make is that the whole sheet is about the deliverables, about the features of the offer, whereas that's not what makes people buy. People just buy because they want to have a transformation, which is what it is that you're outlining in you want to. Now we're going to give them more information about what it is they're going to do inside of the offer. So this is where we are right now. Inside this container, this is what you will do. Craft your offer, right? So it fits your desired work hours and delivery style. Do you see how I'm not using like technical terms and how I'm not talking about the technicalities and the theory of offer creation, right? I could have also said something like, oh, you're going to craft an offer so that it fits the demographic, so that it fits the market, right? All of those things are important, but ultimately that's not what this buyer is thinking about. They're just thinking about, I want an offer that's going to allow me to scale without increasing my workload. Number two is price and reposition your work to get paid well for fewer hours. That's what they want. Remember, the outcome is scaling your income without scaling your workload. So we are mentioning to people what it is they're going to do in a way that appeals to what they want. Make sense? Okay. After you do that, that's where you're going to talk about the what it is they're going to get, right? So there's different levels. It's kind of like we allow people to self-identify. We tell them what it is they're going to do, and then we tell them what it is they're going to get, and not overloading them with information. So you will get two group calls per week. One's one-on-one 60-minute roadmap call. So what's important when it comes to mentioning this, instead of saying group calls, just mention the amount of number. And what would make it even more powerful, I used to do this, is like mentioning the total. So they read it and they're like, whoa, I'll get 24 or whatever, 3 months times two. I don't know how much that is. Let's move on. Clarity on how to execute each step of the way. So, as you can see here, typically what people would write is like, you're gonna get a proven system, right? But then it's like, okay, a proven system is nice, and that's what they expect already. But if I'm going to give you a proven system, I'm going to give you a roadmap and all of these things, what it actually is, it's like I'm giving you clarity on what it is you have to do each step of the way, okay? And accountability at every step of the way so you can nail this, and space to ask questions. So, what is it that I'm mapping out here? The amount of calls, how they're going to get onboarded, how they're going to know exactly what it is they have to do. Because one of the biggest complaints people have about high ticket programs is like, oh, I'm left to do things by myself. And then accountability each step of the way. Why? Because you want to actively communicate that to people, and space to ask questions. So it's important that you map out the level of support people get. And then at the bottom, you will add the investment. So I added here the pay in full option, the to pay option, and the monthly option, so that people can directly see and pay on the spot. So when you click on this, it also goes to a Stripe link. And very, very important is that you add a disclaimer, okay? Because you're gonna need them to sign a contract, but it's really important that you're adding like either a disclaimer or kind of like your privacy, your policy of like retour, right? So no cancellations, no refunds. Mine is on my payment link, but I also added a disclaimer here that, hey, this is meant for educational and mentorship purposes, and that the results are the results vary based on effort, experience, and niche. By participating, you take full accountability, responsibility for your business decisions and outcomes, right? So it's important to have that there as well. And as you can see, it just has everything you need to sell. This is the offer sheet that has brought me over 100K within 12 months of having my coaching business, not needing a website, not needing any funnels, just using the call strategy and showing people my Google Docs. So if you also want to sell your high ticket offer, all you have to do is copy this framework that I presented here, or revise the one you already have and make it speak more into the language of your buyer. See you next time. Bye.